For the last time this year, the Jmods are partaking in another game jam, working on some passion projects that might see the light of day in the future. Before we touch on that, a couple of quick announcements. If you missed it in my last game update video, Jagex has created an Omen Plushy for sale with the help of the company Makeshift. They have extended the pre-sale campaign for an extra week, so orders will now close for good on December 20th. If you want to get your hands on this plushie, link will be on the news post under this section where the plushie is, and the news post is linked in the description. On a side note, if you have ordered a Wise Old Man or Bob the Cat plushie earlier this year, they shipped earlier than expected, so you should already have yours or be expecting a knock on the door very soon. Next up, the community hit list round 2 is underway. Since March, they've been chopping away at suggestions on the community hit list and are now ready to stock up on a few more for next year. There is a survey that you can access on the RuneScape webpage to help add to this list. The things they're looking for are bugs that they should prioritize, tweaks to existing content that you'd like to see, and issues that break you out of your game experience. So do be a part of that and give your feedback through the survey found on the RuneScape webpage. That all said, there is no major game update this week because, as I alluded to in the beginning, the game jam is underway where Jmods are working on some of their passion projects and community suggestions. These things are likely revealed through the various Jmod Twitter accounts, and some have been already, and we'll be looking at them throughout the week, and I'll cover them on my channel as time progresses. It is important to note that just because this is something being worked on in the game jam does not mean it is going to make it into the live game. They are subject to internal reviews, scheduling, and testing processes, and do take a significant amount of additional work to implement. There are many good game jam projects that have made it into the game, some who have not, but it's always important to remember that as we're going to explore these throughout the week here on the channel. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video so far, please hit that like button if you're not subscribed yet and you'd like to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, and hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Last thing we're going to do before we close out is look at the patch notes. So let's see what's been changed with today's updates. Starting off with Zemregal and Vorkath. They fixed a typo in Zemregal's voice lines in Battle of the Thornthree. Fixed an issue that would prevent the Dracolich infusion being applied in certain situations when casting rapid fire. Fixed an issue where players pressing escape during the cutscenes in the Battle of Thornthree would have to reboot the game to continue. Fixed some clipping with the Dracolich chaps when wearing certain capes. Reduced the stats of the monsters in the Horde phase in the Vorkath and Zemregal fight in normal mode. Zemregal and Moya now use the correct models, the Skeletal and Imperator, respectively, in Battle of Thornthree. Vorkath will now be shot down if the Ballista fires just as Vorkath starts flying for his special attack. The set effect for the Sirenic armor no longer immediately activates when a second armor piece is equipped. Instead, players will now have to charge the effect for 9 seconds as intended. Sophia's animation in the Battle of Thornthree arena has been changed. Fixed various polycolor issues for some NPCs during the Horde phase against Zemregal and Vorkath. Killing an NPC other than your current target will no longer cause the target side panel debuff icons to be cleared. Necromancy runes and ectoplasm should only be consumed from the Nexus if the Nexus is either in the player's inventory or equipped. Added functionality to the Altar of War in War's Retreat to heal the player's familiar while recharging their summoning points. Heal hit splats are now working as intended when Vorkath is on screen and off screen for his big attack. Familiars now only take damage when the player takes damage to the zonal ice attack. Fix some stretching on the Dracolich chaps. Broken Dracolich armor now appears darker in the player inventory to help distinguish it from unbroken armor. Moving on to some general changes, they added a load last preset option to the following bank chests: the Land of Snow's Christmas Village, and upgraded bank chests in all 4 Elite Dungeons, and World Guardian's Treasure at the end of Elite Dungeon 4. Load last preset replaces the Avernic Undercity upgraded chests collect boss loot option, as it already had the max of 5 options. Boss loot can be collected from its search option. Remove the Force Walk tiles in the Hill Giants area in the Edgeville dungeon. All variants of Excalibur now have remove to bank/inventory options in the worn equipment interface of the bank, irrespective of whether activate or wield/remove has been configured as their default option. Improved formatting and text color on mobile when entering a bank pin incorrectly. Fixed an issue where runecrafting pouches couldn't be filled with impure essence. Fixed an issue where dying in the wilderness with a Sentistan scroll would prevent completion of the Sentient Letters achievements. The Red Pies of Summer achievement can now be completed as intended. The Infernal Sauce recipe now shows the correct amount of runes in the inventory and requires the exact amount of runes to be made. Fixed an issue with the spacebar being unusable when adding mud runes to Hunter Urn. Fixed an issue that was causing the skill cape customizer UI to move incorrectly. Fixed an issue where the crafting level would appear as 120, but the 120 crafting achievement would not be unlocked. The 5-year hardcore Iron Man armor override can now be used again. Removed the candlestick that was overlapping with the commemorative statue in the fort's town hall. You can no longer enter the cooking guild without meeting the requirements. Finally, we got some hotfixes that went live throughout the week. Fixed an issue where the Menifus Port District deposit box, deposit all fish, and upgraded bank chests load last preset options were swapped. Players will now more accurately be able to claim gifts from Santa's sleigh after he leaves if letters are posted during the time period he was there. Fixed a missing lighting hotspot for the shopkeeper in Varrock during construction contracts. Players using Legacy Interface mode can once again see the game world. And lastly, experience rates for Potterington Blend number 102 fertilizer and Potterington Blend number 101 fertilizer has been reduced. And that is it for your patch notes. Links to everything discussed in this video will be down in the description below if you want to go check them out yourself. If you missed last week's video, it will be on screen. And I'm looking forward to seeing you throughout the week as we cover the Game Jam updates that the Jmods are working on currently. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. I am out. Aloha.